Hi, this is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
The sweetest loving ever come my way. Do anything I say. When he loves me this way, the only thing I say is, oh mama, mama, keep on loving me so bad boy. Oh mama, mama, keep on loving me so bad boy. You got bad boy in it, so wonderful. You got bad boy in it, wonderful. Bugwai, so wonderful. All I can say is, oh mama, mama, keep on loving me so bugwai. Oh mama, mama, keep on loving me so bugwai. You look me with it tone, dee tone a breeze. Man, you better run come, cause I need a fix. Man, you better run come, cause I need a fix. I feel it, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ooh, Miss Abagwaya. Oh, mama. Ooh, Miss Abagwaya. Oh, mama. Ooh, Miss Abagwaya. Oh, mama. Ooh, Miss Abagwaya. He got Bagwaya in it, so wonderful. Mr. Bagwaya in it, so wonderful. He got Bagwaya, so wonderful. I met a boy the other day, got the sweetest loving ever come my way. Do anything I say, but when he loves me this way, the only thing I say is, oh mama, mama, oh mama, mama, oh mama, mama, keep on loving me so bad. And you look me with it tone, dee on a breeze. Man, you better run come, cause I need a fix. Man, you better run come, cause I need a fix. Now sing it, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ooh, Miss Abagwaya. Oh, mama, mama, keep on loving me so Abagwaya. Oh, mama, mama, keep on loving me so Abagwaya. Oh, mama, mama, oh, mama, mama, oh, mama, mama, keep on loving me so Abagwaya. Ooh, Miss Abagwaya. Ooh, Miss Abagwaya.
Morning, Mr. Bell. Can you hear me?
So how you doing?
I'm good. Finally get to meet the face officially.
Yes, I.
Flavius.
Yeah, man, I'm here.
Yeah, okay.
I'm here. Good morning, Bello.
I'm going to give you the honor
Morning, Chief of Staff. How you doing?
of introducing.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Giving you the honor, Flavius, of introducing Bello this morning.
Okay. For listeners, this is Mr. Winston Bell, actor, musician, all aspects of the creative world, you know. But he's also into other stuff too, you know. He into his church and his religion, and he's also going to speak to us about some things that he's achieving with diabetes.
Cho.
So this morning we welcome Mr. Bello Bell, you know, of the fame of Blakka and Bello.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
That's where I know him from. So them was telling me about that you're a musician, you're an actor. You're a preacher. Man. I say I would know the man as a comedian.
It's a joke to make, eh?
Yeah, but I know people in that field are always multi-talented, you know?
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yeah.
Mm. So
well, it's really very great to have been asked to be on the podcast, on the Real Stuff podcast, because I've been hearing a whole heap of things about this particular broadcast, and I didn't know that I would get a squeeze in. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. How to squeeze in.
No, definitely not. We are honored. We are honored to have you. We are honored. Yeah, we are honored to have you.
Because I said I know the name more than Flavius know the name more than I, and I was excited, you know. When them say, yeah, man, the famous Blakka and Bello. I say, I know the man, as a comedian. Them said, no, man, the man is an actor, this, that.
But at least somebody's taking me seriously.
Sometimes people just...
I didn't hear that, Flavius.
No, I'm just saying sometimes people just put you in one little segment, you know, because that's their first introduction to you, and then they lock out all the other stuff, you know.
Right.
But
right.
you have to show that we, you know, when we do all of that stuff. So if you could start by just telling us a little about Bello, and then you can move into all diabetes and all that stuff.
All right. Well,
and I must point out too that this podcast is not an interview. We don't do interviews.
Right.
It's a chat session. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, man, no problem.
So
let us start at the place where people know me. They know me as an actor. Some people even say I'm a movie star.
Oh yes, definitely.
And for those of you who do not know, I would have appeared in films like Third World Cup as backup, the very coward policeman Floyd.
Yeah.
And I also appeared in One Love as the music producer.
Oh yeah.
And I also have appeared in a movie called Get a Life, which I love very, very much. I really am very proud of my work in Get a Life. It's a film about a boxing enthusiast who live on one side of the ghetto, and the training gym is on the other side of the ghetto where they are political rivals. It's a film that really look at the political life in Jamaica and how it affects, you know, ordinary people.
Okay, I don't think I saw that.
Huh?
I don't think I saw that.
Oh yeah, well, it is something that you need to see. It is well produced, and it is something that you will be proud of as a Jamaican. You know, as are the other films. You know,
excellent. Yes.
So people know me as that. People also know me as one half of well, the bigger half of Bello and Blakka. And of course, we rose to prominence in the late 80s, early 90s, and we have been a household name since that time. We are not performing on the circuit more than so now, but the name still has relevance and still bring us some respect. And people, our contemporaries, will always remember us because we actually gave a resurgence to stand-up comedy duos, you know, because the people before us were like Slim and Sam, Lou and Randy, Bim and Bam, and there were no other duos after that. And we came and we really blazed a trail that reintroduced the comedy duos, and since then we have had IT and Fancy Cat, who are prodigies of ours.
Yes.
So people know me as that, but they do not know my serious side. You know, people think that I am somebody who is always into fun and laughter, and they believe that I take life for a joke, but in fact, I do not. Life for me is a very serious thing, and I do everything in my power to secure and preserve life. And I do not only do that in a physical way, but I do it in a mental and spiritual way. And that's why I am called Bishop Bell, because I have my own ministry given to me by Yahweh. It's called Time Out for Jesus Worldwide Ministries, Temple of David. That's the ministry's name. And I use that platform to empower people through the Spirit and to get them to value life from a kingdom perspective. I also use it to mentor persons and also to remove any kind of spiritual interference from their life, which Daddy Yahweh gives me the empowerment to do. I have no power. I do not pretend. I will not pretend to have any power, but I do know that I have been successful in getting people to come out from under demonic interference. You know, the whole subculture of Jamaica knows that these things exist, and I am used as like a spiritual healer, a spiritual doctor, if you may, to help these people. Of course, I charge because it can be free, much to the ire of some people in Christendom who say, you know, freely you have received, freely give. I'm sorry for that those persons who support that school of thought, but Daddy Yahweh tells me to make it a business, because those persons who are seeking this kind of help, them don't usually want anything to do with him. They just want to get better and move on. So he says, charge them for it. Glory to God. Whenever he sends his people to me, I ask him what I must do, and sometimes they don't get charged. So it is not a matter of me, just being in it for money. Money, yes, but it's mostly to help people. I am a spiritual doctor. I'm a spiritual consultant, and that's the business side of my ministry. My ministry is set up in a way that involves all kinds of people, young people, middle-aged people, older people, people from different races. And I do have a global reach that is very impressive. And our mantra is obedience to Yahweh, meaning that we don't make decisions on things in life based on whether it is right or wrong or good or evil. We make decisions based on whether or not it is the will of God. So that's biblical, yeah? Christ says, I come not to bring peace, but a sword, to separate mother from daughter, father from son. So if push come to shove, and it is Daddy Yahweh's will for me to put out my son out of my house because he's not obeying Yahweh, then I'm going to put him out. And I will do the same to my daughter, if it is the will of Yahweh. And that's how we live. That's how I live. I live so that I can become the will of God. I can become what Daddy Yahweh wants to get done. I can become it. I can personify the will of God. And it's not a very easy thing to do. it cuts against the grain of what people know Christians are supposed to be. But when you look in the Bible, you realize that it is not the remnant that gets saved. It is the remnant of the remnant. So a lot of remnant people is going to go up to heaven and they're going to say, I have done this in your name. And I'm going to say, depart from me, I know you're not. Because you see, a lot of people believe that goodness is the thing that saves you. If you subscribe to Christianity, a lot of churches preach goodness instead of godliness. They preach that you must be good to your neighbor and you must be kind and all the rest of it. But if Daddy Yahweh tells me not to give that suffering man my money, I'm not getting it. And a lot of people feel that if you see a suffering man and your heart goes out to him and somebody tell you, no, don't give him your money, it is because that person telling you not to give them the money is wicked. When in fact, maybe it is the will of Yahweh for him to suffer so that he can get to know God. If you come and you ease his suffering, you're actually getting into Daddy Yahweh's way. So we don't do things based on whether it look good or feel good or sound good or is good. We do it because it is the will of our Father to get it done. And it's biblical again. When he told Saul to go and kill off a whole nation, yes, Saul didn't go and kill off the nation. He was going to kill some this fighting men and bring back to Israel all of the women and the animals and the children, and he even saved the king. And it's because of that why he lost the kingdom to David. Yeah, because you have to know, you have to have a relationship with Yahweh to understand what his instructions are and to follow through on them. And what I find in this world is that people tend to hang on to an idea that says, if God was really God, why would he make so-and-so suffer? Why would he make those children suffer? Why would he make that nation suffer? Why would he make the earthquake come in Haiti? Why would he this? Why would he? Because they are thinking that God is only good. It is God that created good and evil. When Yahweh was creating evil, where was Lucifer? Lucifer don't control evil. If Yahweh want to be evil, Lucifer can't evil like him. If Yahweh want to be wicked, Lucifer can't wicked like him. Our God, Yahweh, he controls all power, and that is what I subscribe to. Yes, I follow him to the T. And let me go on a very a very controversial topic. A lot of people are going to support me in this. I'm not even sure if my brother-in-law, Courtney, is going to support me on this. But listen, it's Donald Trump. A lot of people are cussing Donald Trump. Do you know how much Donald Trump has put on the line so that he can please Yahweh? Everything that Yahweh tells him to do, he has done it, much to his own risk. Because now they can kill him because of what they think he's doing and think he has done to America. They can ship him out to, they can banish him. They can freeze his assets. They can take away his business. They can just come out against him for all the wrong that they think he has done to America. But let's look at it another way. Every single one of us on this podcast right now know that America has been doing some really wicked things to mankind. What that the Yahweh has done, he sent Trump into the head of America to mash it up so that black lives can rise. But a lot of black people are against him, and they don't know that Trump is the arrow that is being shot to the heart of this superpower that has wronged mankind for many, many centuries. Obama was in power. What did he do for black people? Yet all of us, we were so proud of him. What has he done for black people? We can say he has done wonderful things for lesbians and homosexuals. He has done that for economy. He has done so and so. What has he done for black people? More black people died under Obama than under any other white president. Police were still killing black men like we are nothing under a black president. Glory to God. So, I subscribe to a school of thought that says, I please God first. I please Yahweh first. And that is my mantra. And so, glory to God, I come to this podcast to put forward a position to all of your listeners, to everybody, even those who are disagreeing with me now, to develop a relationship with Yahweh for yourself. Don't make no pastor, no bishop, no church person do that for you. Don't serve God through nobody else. Find Yahweh for yourself, because every man must find him for themselves. Now, I don't know how much time I have, so let me get cut very, very, very quickly to the thing about diabetes. Now, the doctors tell me that what I have, this disease, diabetes, is not something that can be cured. I must therefore depend on an outside source of insulin for me to live a comfortable enough life until I die. And they tell everybody who have diabetes that, even the ones who have type 2 diabetes, which they know can be reversed because it is a lifestyle disease. Big Pharma wants to make money off of diabetes. So they organize the food and drug industry in such a way that the food that you eat will give you the disease, and then they will have a myriad of prescription drugs that you can take to keep your blood sugar at a particular level while they are getting your liver and your kidney and your heart and everything else to go bad, so that they can then put you on a dialysis machine, and all of these things cost money. So you become a cash cow for a system that is feeding on your ill health. Daddy Yahweh said to me, I am going to heal you. And don't ask if I'm not healed, my brother. Today, I celebrate 3 months, 90 days, 3 months of being without diabetic medication. I stopped taking diabetic medication on the 8th of October because I am a part of a process that is reversing the diabetes. Any doctor listening to me now will say, you're talking foolish. And I will say to you, I challenge you. I think you should go back to medical school and give them back them certificate for them give you. Because if it is a lifestyle disease, all you have to do is reverse your lifestyle and reverse the disease. But they don't want to tell you that. They will not tell you that. And I have been successful in getting this thing done, but it is not a little take a product process that reverses diabetes. It's not putting a pill in your mouth so that you can feel better. No. First of all, there's a difference between diabetes and blood sugar. And I'm going to explain what I mean, because some people don't know that there's a difference. Blood sugar is the symptom of diabetes. Let me put it this way. A toothache is the symptom of a bigger problem occurring in your mouth. What do people do? They buy a painkiller and they take it and the tooth stop hurting them, and maybe the tooth don't hurt them again for another 6 months. And when that 6 months is expired and the tooth start hurting them again, they go back and buy another painkiller. They never ever think that they should go to the reason why the tooth is hurting them. Why am I feeling the pain? You're not feeling the pain because you have a toothache. No, the toothache is the pain. You're feeling the pain because maybe the tooth is chipped and the nerves are being exposed. You're feeling the pain maybe because you have diabetes and you're losing a percentage of the bone structure in your mouth, and therefore you're feeling the pain, again, because the nerves being interfered with. What do you need to do? You either need to fill the tooth or extract the tooth so that the nerves can be covered, the flesh can come back over and cover the thing so that your nerves can be protected. So you're really having a nerve issue in your mouth. And a painkiller cannot solve a nerve issue. If you go to the dentist instead of going to the shop, the dentist will tell you you need to get the tooth out. So why couldn't doctors tell you that you need to get the diabetes out? The doctors will not tell you that you need to get the diabetes out because keeping you diabetic makes more money for them. The dentist will not tell you to go buy a painkiller because that don't make them the money. The reason why them tell you to take out the tooth is because extracting the tooth means more money for them. Not extracting the tooth and telling you to take a painkiller means more money for the shopkeeper. So I realize that I am being sold a 6 for a 9. And Daddy YAHWEH made me very, very clear, gave me clarity about the fact that this thing can be reversed. So with him on my side and him giving me he recommended a lifestyle coach to me, one of his daughters, her name is Charlene Simpson out of New Jersey. She has been taking me on a process getting rid of this diabetes. Now, I just want to just very briefly tell you what that process includes. It includes a diet change, a radical diet change. You have to stop eating flour and rice and many other things. Yes? Some diabetics feel that if you eat ground provisions and mostly vegetable, and not rice, not flour, but like yam and banana, so you're good. Of course you're good. Your blood sugar levels will certainly come down. Might even reach normal, but you will still have diabetes. What is diabetes? Diabetes is when either your pancreas has stopped working, stopped functioning. Your pancreas is that organ that produces insulin in your body. Either that has stopped working, or your cells, which are the things that help to give your body energy, those cells have stopped opening to receive the insulin that changes the starch into energy. So what happened is that those cells cannot open because maybe they are surrounded by fat or by some kind of inflammation, meaning mucus, that prevents them from functioning the way they're supposed to. Now, if that is the case, what needs to happen is that either the pancreas needs to be kick-started or the cells need to be freed up. They have to lose the fat around them or lose the inflammation, the mucus from around them. And the best way to do that is to take natural products that remove those things, the fat or the mucus, as well as to exercise so that you can both make your body strong and you get leaner, more lean. I am doing that. So that's what diabetes is, when either of these things are not functioning as they ought to. So when that happens, what the doctor really should do is put you on a program to get rid of fat and inflammation. Instead, they put you on a program to keep your blood sugar low, while it no matter whether you have inflammation over your cells or your pancreas stop working. If you put an outside source of insulin into your body every day, you are actually teaching your body to stop depending on itself to make insulin. So you're making your pancreas even more lazy, till eventually it might get even cancerous.
Okay.
Because now it doesn't work.
Okay. I heard that before, I heard that before.
Exactly. You are teaching your body not to depend on itself. And your body was made to depend on itself for a reason. That's why you have a thing named immune system.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody who has diabetes will eventually go to a sickness called autoimmune disease if they do not take it in hand. And they believe, a lot of people believe, that by controlling your blood sugar, you're controlling your diabetes. Nothing could be furthest from the truth. You need to attack your diabetes. You need to take out the tooth. You need to stop buying the painkiller, which is the insulin, and go take out the tooth. Or you do something, some kind of operation that make you keep your tooth and get the area so well looked after that the nerves is no longer exposed. I have a very active pancreas. And that is why if you're looking at me, you realize that my face is darker than the rest of my body.
Bello, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
All right. So what about those people who have been diabetic for the longest while, right? And they might be type 2, you know? How do they relieve themselves from them daily medication and practice, start what you're saying?
All right. No matter how long you've been diagnosed with diabetes, as long as you're type 2, it can be reversed. It takes discipline. It takes integrity. What you say you're going to do, you must do it. Discipline. If you change your eating habit right now, if you put rice through the window, flour through the window, all them things, dairy products through the window, and you start eating a measured vegetable and protein meal. And I say measured because people think, because it's vegetable, you cannot eat any amount you want. No, because vegetable also have in carbs. Yes. So that's why you need somebody who can guide you, measure your food, you have to know how much carbs your body weight, your height, your weight, everything goes into the mix. And it's calculated. It's not a one pop thing. It's calculated based on who you are and how you are.
Okay.
And so you start eating differently, and you will find that your body start to feel differently. But you now have to commit to a process that is going to involve other products, other natural products. For example, I take a product that is a natural product. It comes in capsule form, and it helps me with my diabetic nerve issues. It helps me with the fact that, say when you have diabetes and you have high blood pressure, as a man, you have to forget about the 9 o'clock thing, you can't reach 9 o'clock, at pure 6 o'clock you're there, Yeah. You know what I mean by that, right?
Yeah, man. Let me pick you up.
So if you reach 8 o'clock, thank God. But when you cleanse yourself up, when you start eat differently, you find your blood start to flow differently.
Yeah, that's true.
And once the blood start to flow differently now, then you know, them now cut off your foot again because you're on the way for renewing the cells in your feet, renewing the cells and renewing the cells in your eyes. And renewing the cells in your brain. Diabetes lead to Alzheimer's. You know what I mean? It lead to you losing your legs then. My father was buried with some of them told them missing because he had to cut them off long before him dead. And so somebody who is diagnosed with diabetes, some of them are age 7, for example, and now them are 40, they can still reverse it with the same process.
Okay.
The exact same process. The thing is to say, we have to go into another mindset. Doctors tell us it cannot be cured. So we go to it feeling and say, it doesn't make sense for me even try. But I'm just go and control the blood sugar since, because that's where they want us. They want us to be buying the insulin and the metformin. They want us to we are their cash cow, and we go to the pharmacy for it. And you know what they do in the world, even here in Jamaica? Them trick us. Them give us a National Health Fund card to make the medication a little cheaper.
I just said that. Let me ask you, have you ever heard of someone having both type 1 and type 2 diabetes?
I don't even think it is possible.
It's not possible. They have to have one or the other, right?
Yeah, type 1 is what you're born with. It's
inheritable, yeah.
Yes, right? So you get that in your genes. Type 2, are you give yourself type 2? Everybody who have type 2, are we give yourself?
Yeah, poor eating habit.
Yes. Poor eating habit, and also when we eat, sometimes we eat the time when we eat. I'm gonna lay down and sleep. Yes, and that form the mucus and all kind of fat and just stifle your cells. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I want to tell everybody who's listening to this podcast, listen, it is a lie that type 2 diabetes cannot be cured. Yeah? When the doctor says diabetes cannot be cured, he's not lying, because type 1 cannot be cured. But type 2 can. It is a sin of omission on his part.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you have type 2 diabetes, it can be cured. And if you are really interested, what you have to understand that it's not a one-day thing. I have been doing this for 3 months now. In those 3 months, I have lost 40 pounds.
Wow. I see the difference. I see the difference.
Yeah, I am even believing myself now to be sexy. I never used to think of myself that way there before. Me, the belly was big, goddamn fat, you know. And yeah, my name Bello, so I'm going with the Bello name. But now, my name is Bello. I'm going to say, boy, Bishop is sexy. That's true.
Yeah.
I agree with that now, but I wouldn't agree with that. Because in the process, you feel better about yourself, you look better, your blood flowing the way it's supposed to flow. You feel like a man because now you can be at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
You are so confident now because of this new way of living. And this is the way that we should have been living from before we have diabetes.
That's true. I know a lady, right? And I know that lady that's been about maybe 11 years now. And she is diabetic, and that woman never uses her insulin. It's just the food, the way she eat.
Right.
She go to her doctor, and her doctor said, can't believe, the transition that happened to her.
Right.
And she said she don't make him no wiser. Whatever medication him prescribe, she take the paper and she go home and she put it down and she continue do what she doing. It's just the way she eat, as what you mentioned, you know. And then she do a lot of walking also.
Yes. Yeah. It becomes a lifestyle change. Yeah. Now that will keep your blood sugar levels down and she will feel good and strong, but she might still have the diabetes. And listen how that works now. You see, when you still have diabetes and Christmas come, you know, eat this all year, but Christmas come and you take a piece of Christmas cake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm telling you now?
It raises up back.
It shoot up and you have to run for the insulin.
Well, she not do none of them things. She not eat cake. She not eat that. She stay away from all of them.
What I'm making to you now, brother, is that getting rid of the diabetes is where you want to go. You can have a bad tooth, you know, and go on, and to hurt you. Every time it hurt you, you take the tablet, the pain gone. And you can say, once the pain gone and you can control the pain, you're good. But what you don't understand is that bad tooth is the reason why you're going to die, because it's going to give you heart disease. And I say, when you get rid of the diabetes, you prevent yourself from having other issues in your body. So it's not just a matter of you controlling your blood sugar. She's controlling her blood sugar by eating right. That's just one part of it. What I want to impress upon people this morning is that it is not enough to control your blood sugar. It's not enough to control.
You have to eradicate it.
Yeah, man. Go for getting rid of but kickstart your body again, man. Kickstart your pancreas. Kickstart your cells, then, man. Because that's how God make you. And that's how it must be. And that's how it must be. Okay. And that's what I want to sell to the public today. Get rid of, reverse the thing, because it can be reversed. And the reason why I am like this, the reason why I am of this mindset, is because of how the Lord God deal with me and teach me how Him stay. For me, nothing is impossible. Because of my God, nothing is impossible. For Yahweh, my Father, nothing is impossible. For me, nothing is impossible. Nothing. I am telling you this right now. One day, I am going to lead Jamaica. I am going to be the man that will set Jamaica right.
Okay, Bishop.
And there was silence in them for the space of half an hour. Not by you, Flavors, by those who are listening. I am telling you that this is the man who is going to turn things around for Jamaica, and I will do it without an election.
Okay.
The possibility is there.
Exactly so.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's
so.
something you can never doubt. No one. The confidence and the faith that you have, the possibilities there. You have to just keep working at it and do what you know you're supposed to do to make that change.
And people need to have more trust in Yahweh, in God. A lot of people don't trust God. They speak about God, but they don't really trust Him. When it comes down to the crux of the matter, them pull away from it. You know, and what I find is that when I obey God, I see my life much better. I work smarter and I make more. I make more achievements. I work smarter. He teaches me how to work smart and achieve more. I am able to impact other people's lives and empower them much better. I learn to be without fear. I'm not afraid of nobody. I'm not afraid of no gunman. I don't care how much gun you have, me not afraid of you. Me ready for dead now. Jamaica need a man like that to lead it. A man who will listen to Yahweh and do what Yahweh said. A man who will build the ark and continue for the how much years it going to take him to make it. Even though people are laugh after him, he must still make it because he knows that one day the flood will come. Because of his trust in him. We as a people need to go back to trusting Yahweh to take us through. Yeah, righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. Look at Jamaica. Jamaica is a blasted reproach. It is a reproach. Some people feel comfortable in Jamaica today because of what is happening to America. Now, right, me think some go to Jamaica, them things could happen. So you feel like you're okay now because it's happened to America. No, we are world leaders. We are a superpower. Mm-hmm. Jamaica is a superpower. What if I lie me I tell? No, yes, that's true. We are the only country in the world where the sun is shining hot, and we are bobsled team.
Bobsled, not only bobsled, yeah. Mm. Look
at it. We have the fastest man and the fastest woman in the world in the same year, some years ago.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Our achievements are many and varied. When we're good, bad.
And also the second fastest woman at the time, too.
There you go.
It was 2 females who were the first and the second. Mm-hmm.
You understand?
And the men, too. And the men, too, you know.
Yes.
You are the 2 fastest men in the world of all time. Yeah. He has run the second fastest time of all time.
There you go. That Yahweh put us in a way that, let me tell you something. Isaiah 60 belongs to Jamaica and 61. Mm-hmm. The Gentiles shall come to the brightness of your rising. When them look at how Jamaica going to turn around our crime situation, when them look at how Jamaica going to turn around the economy, when them look at how Jamaica going to turn around all of the negative PR that out there, Jamaica is going to be cleansed, man. All them big man that who use drugs, forget to what them there. And then when the small man I try use the same drugs, them beat him down because he mustn't reach nowhere. Them going to get them come up hands. You have man with big corporation in Jamaica right now and own all kind of different business and have business interests all over the world. Him start from the cocaine and the ganja. And them fight down the small man when the small man try to plant a liquor. Me not supporting illegality. All I'm saying is that there's a double standard in Jamaica that encourages corruption. And because of this corruption, a lot of people feel that it is better to become corrupt so that they can live in the corrupt state. Jamaica is a corrupt state.
True.
Yeah, I like how you put it.
Yeah,
right now we're going to take a short break and we'll be back in 2.
Respect, sir.
Yeah, man.
Walking on sand and holding your hand, feel like a tourist in my own homeland, in my own homeland.
enjoying the bright, the warm sunlight. Oh my God, what a beautiful sight in my own homeland. This place is so nice, wanna do everything twice. Yes, I feel as if I'm in a paradise. No matter the season, you've got every reason. This place is another little heaven. East or west, I couldn't care less. Ooh, this place, it is definitely blessed. My own homeland. North or south, feel free to wander about. You can jump, dance, or sing and shout in my own homeland. Give yourself a treat, a few days or a week, and you will see just what I mean. Just take my advice, everyone is nice. You feel like royalty, my friend. Pulsating, vibrating, reggae, reggae, reggae. There is sky, rock, a steady mental, a quadrillion, coming up. You can fill your belly with the coconut jelly, mango, papa, cane and guinea. There's ackee and a saltfish and a roast yam and banana. Curried goat and a managed water. The Sunday special if you like a revival. Catholic, Baptist or Pentecostal. The house of Jah is there, have no fear. Walk right ahead and get your share. I'm walking on sand. I'm holding your hand. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. In my own homeland.
Yes. We have with us back again the man himself, Mr. Winston Bell, aka Bello. You might remember him as back up. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back.
Bless up yourself, sir. Bless up yourself, man.
All right. Continue from where you left off.
Yes, I was
Jamaica, and you know,
saying quite assuredly that I am the man who is going to be leading the charge to get Jamaica to the place where we know we can be. You know, when you look at the year 2020, you realize that YAHWEH is the biggest comedian. Because 2020, some people say, boy, you'd have to call that the COVID year, I ever call it the worst year in their life, or they have all kind of negatives. But I see 2020 as a year about eyes. It was about eyes. EYES. And there's a reason why I say it was about eyes. Because 2020 was a year when we saw a lot of firsts or a lot of strange things. The eyes beheld strange things. The Sahara dust that coming from wave us to the western world.
Yes.
We saw, I think, either 2 or 3 hurricanes hitting Louisiana in quick succession.
Right up in that area between Louisiana and the Gulf of Mexico.
Right. We saw some typhoon thing come from the sea towards land. We saw so many things. We saw the bombing in Israel, and I mean, well, where was that?
It was an explosion.
Yeah, the big explosion where the prime minister, the president, actually resigned because they were negligent. Governments all across the world having people just stepping down because of the corruption and them just mismanagement. But to top it off, we also had COVID, and COVID was the thing that really pointed me to the eyes, because COVID demands that you put on a mask.
Yeah, so them can't see.
You put on the mask,
you're going to see the eyes.
The eyes alone leave out.
Yeah.
That YAHWEH say, look, man. Look, man of God, look. You can't control this. Although the COVID-19 thing is, for me, it's man-made, meaning that it was created in a lab, and it was something designed and thing. It is being used by God to cleanse the earth.
Absolutely.
And part of that cleansing has to do with getting rid of people who are hell-bent on keeping the world systems corrupt. Jamaica is not going to escape. And a lot of people, corrupt police, corrupt government ministers, corrupt prime ministers and opposition leaders, every single person who's in any authority in this country and in America who is corrupt, YAHWEH clean them up. Some of them going to leave. No, this might just be for some people conjecture, maybe. How do you know that? Why are you saying you're a prophet of doom? No, I have seen that YAHWEH move people who are corrupt from America and from Jamaica, and more things are happening. I would like to use some of this broadcast to tell everybody, as a servant of God, stock up on food, because a time is coming when you're not going to be able to go out and get food. Stock up on food and water. Stock up on a whoop of tin things. Yes, because a time is coming you're not going to go out to get water and food. They're going to cut it off. It is something that is planned. Yeah. It is something that is being orchestrated. And that's why they don't like Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump not into the foolishness. Yes? He does what YAHWEH tells him to do. They have a plan to control population. They were trying it through the Food and Drug Administration, but it's not working fast enough. So now they want to they're going to pack container loads of bodies and ship them to Russia because they won't have any land space in America to bury them. You're gonna pass dead bodies on the road. I don't know if you are prepared for this kind of broadcast today, but I'm telling you that this is what is going to happen.
It's the real stuff. It's the real stuff.
Yes. This is what is going to happen. You're going to walk past dead bodies on the road right here in Jamaica. We told them in 2018, yes, or in 2019 when the COVID thing just started, that there was going to be a second strain. There was going to be a master sizing of the virus. Everybody laugh away.
It's the one we start now, yeah.
Exactly so. A lot of things that we prophesied to my ministry is now coming to pass. And I want to just warn people who are listening to this broadcast. Listen, man, stock up on your thing. Make sure that your home is secured and you have food and water, because a time coming when you're not going to be able to go outside. Just the other day that YAHWEH had me shouting, earthquake, Montego Bay. That is imminent. I'm not joking. Him put on him foot now. Glory to God. And a lot of people who was depending on the power of evil, they can no longer escape. That YAHWEH is going to show that him is God. And I am one of his servants. I'm going to tell you already that I'm not afraid of nobody. I'm ready for dead for whatever cause.
True.
Hallelujah. And I'm ready to die for my country, because Jamaica is such a gem. you know how influential Jamaicans are. I go to New York, you see, and I come in from the airport and I take a cab. Me and Volier Johnson and another actor. And we're in the back of the cab, right? And the man is a Pakistani.
Yeah.
And him a drive. So we are talking, you know, we're not paying no mind. So one time now, the man reach a place now where him at an intersection. And him a try to come out. And as I push out him nose, so a man just slips past him. And the man cost the biggest Jamaican bad word. We and Volier them look at each other and say, what?
Now, and it fly out of mouth because I'm frightened.
Yeah, but the point is, the man make the thing sound more Jamaican than me would have said. And I know in Pakistan here and the med banana. Jamaica is so influential, and you believe it or not, you know, the world looks to us.
Yes.
For guiding them in certain matters. No,
that's
look at
true.
It. Africa. Jamaicans used to call Africa motherland and homeland. You know what Africans call Jamaica? Yard.
Yeah.
That's that twist. Yeah. And we are colonized the world now, in our Our culture is doing it. Our music is doing it. We as a people are doing it. Anywhere in the world you go, Jamaicans are high achievers because they don't take shit from nobody.
You're absolutely right.
They make them money and they don't keep with the man and they don't get them thing done.
You're absolutely
because them ambitious.
Right.
We are kings, man.
Kings and queens.
But, yeah, man.
Kings
but our government them treat us like we are. Our government treat us like
we're papa. Like we're papa.
Exactly so.
And vagabonds. Anyways, somebody in the chat room, I have a question for you. Them say if I ask you about the Paisley experience.
The Paisley?
Yeah. You just bust him up here.
So Paisley Road was phenomenal, eh? I grew up on Paisley Road from about age 0, about 9 months to about 13 years old. Paisley Road is located on the border of Kingston and St. Andrew. It was Kingston 5, but Jonestown was across the gully from us.
Yeah.
And we had a situation where we never have any front gate for going to our yard. You have to walk through somebody's yard to get to our gate to go in our yard.
Okay.
But what happened now is that when we and a man they fall out now, him say we can't walk through yard again.
And him put up a gate.
So him build a fence and carry way to the edge of the gully. So you know the width of the gully wall on top is what we have to walk on. I mean, like my mother and my brother, them, everybody, you know, to walk on the gully wall.
So you have to balance. I think I see that thing, you know, you have to balance. You have to have good balance, especially if you're carrying a load. Talk to me. I know say our people will love carry load. Yeah.
Anyway,
true, man.
It was so bad that one of my brothers fell down the gully and break him leg. And I think the reason why I'm telling you this story is because I wanted to understand where I come from, you know. I am not a man who born uptown and have uptown luxuries. And me know
I know the year, I know. Because I used to run up and down in them place there too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Asquith Street, Sudley Park Road, Livingston Street.
I used to come at Puyard Street. I used to go at Puyard Street.
Puyard Street, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Maya Street, Puyard Street, Cook Street, them place there. Now, after my brother drop, you know, in the gully, you know, and broke him leg, you know, the man decide and watch the man say, hey, we can't walk on the gully anymore, you know, you have to open the gate. And make KCC come solve the issue between we and you where access to our yard is concerned.
Yeah.
They were supposed to build a bridge for us and them said, no, them not build a bridge. If it was an uptown man, build the bridge build long time.
Yeah, man.
Right? So my brother decided, say, him have to fight this thing. So one day my brother George come home and him here, so my brother drop in the gully and broke him foot. So my brother confront the man over the fence. The man drive machete and chop after my brother. My brother come down off the fence, pick up a big stone and drop it on the man's head. No, for me, that was the start of bravery for me because when I see that happen, I say, what? Oh, so you don't have to take shit from nobody there.
Yeah.
Me not agree with him dropping this one on the man's head. But the point is, the man was so unmoving. I think he even have some compassion and give my family access, better, safer access to the place. So I grew up knowing that when a man tries to block you, you don't have to take it. You can go around that. When a man tries to stop your progress, no man, you go around him. And so the Pierce Road experience for me was very enlightening. I learned how to run from police. I learned how to jump fence. I learned how to gamble. Hey, and you remember Borders?
What you mean at the gully? The gutter water, whichever one of them.
Gutter water,
the gutter water or the gully. Any one of them where you have water flow, yeah. Especially when rain time.
That time you know, cave water clean or dirty. No, there was no difference.
No.
People
used to say rainwater, the dirty, because you can't drink it if you open up your mouth. Remember them days when you say rainwater, the dirty.
Hey, but it was a very exciting time, you know. I also learned about community at Pierce Road because I wasn't grown just by my family. I couldn't come a road, come talk about me bad. It wasn't mad.
True, yeah,
man.
Man.
Off your head.
A true thing.
And backs off your head, man. You behave yourself as a little boy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Especially when you go amongst the bigger man them. Yeah.
When I was growing up now, I reached like about 12 and a half, so you know. I feel like, well, me a turn big man now because I'm about to leave primary school. So, yeah, a little girl down the road named Patricia Fawcett. Like her, you know. None of them to be between me and she, but more things were happening in my head than was happening in reality.
Yeah.
And like the girl, you know, man. So we decide, say, we're going to start show ownership now. So we go by our yard, you know, and then if she got shop, we walk there, I got shop, and we hold her hand. And one day, now, we decide to throw a hand around it, now I walk up the road, and my big brother George, you see him on the top of the stone in the head. See me, and him call me, hey, Winston, come here. We go to him, say yes. Him say, you're a girl that. So my things are big me up, you know.
Yes, sir.
He say, yeah. And he said, what's your name? I said, your name Pat. He said, oh, hey, a girl. He said, yes, man. He said, you can buy gold chain and baby feeding. At the time, I never know what he meant.
Yeah.
But so I grew up big and understand when me. I'm glad so I never actually took it to the other level and go sleep with her. Because I don't know about sex, I just want a little friendship. You know what I mean? You kiss and you whatever. But it also showed me that people cared enough to guide you in the right way. And make you have a healthy appreciation of what reality was. Because as a youth, so you have your own little reality going. You're more into dreams and imagination than what is happening in front of you. True. Pierce Road can make you grow up fast. You know? And we have all stories about policeman Joe Williams.
Oh, yes.
Who come on the car and come raid.
Especially when them a gamble. Especially when the man them a gamble, man.
Joe Williams was like our nowadays bigger Ford. Back in the day. Joe Williams would come on the corner, you know. And him see some man, them heated conversation, them have fun, but him decides to, hey, we gotta lock up them boy today. And so him tell them to go on a line.
Yeah, man. Go on a station.
Soon come.
Go on a station and don't make me reach before, no. And don't make me reach before, no.
But my favorite story is that story about my brother Bobby, who he was walking home from a dance one night, and some policeman stopped him. It was late in the night, about 2 o'clock in the morning. Some policeman stopped him. And although this has become a known story, it really did happen to him. And them say, where your name? He said, name Richard Bell, sir. So where I come from? Dance. So later night? Yes, sir. So, you know, say you must work at night. I'm going to 3 things work at night, you know. Dad, thief, and police. You're not dad. You're not police. So YAHWEH.
There must be a thief.
Must be a thief. And then put him in the trunk of the car and carry him go, Anna go lock him up. My mother never cried so much in her life. Yeah?
Yeah.
But those are the kind of perils that we face as young people at Pierce Road. And you know, it helped to sweeten the thing, because when you get a chance to leave that community, still standing, because we see plenty of man dead down there. You know
But why them never came go Almaral Pen police station instead of Anatole?
No, man. Anatole, man. Anatole,
oh, that mean him have to go back up. Yeah.
Yeah, but them things that kind of make life now. And when I reflect on them now, I am happy I experienced them.
Yeah, man.
Because now I don't take life for granted, you know? And I don't behave like I'm better than anybody.
Call them days how the West was one.
Oh. The first time I see a gun is when a man come to the bar, come hold it up. I never even noticed that gun in point of my face.
Yeah?
I never noticed that gun. At first, I see that. I just know someone shine thing. And then put it towards me and rob the bar and come out. Afterwards, I used a gun. Yeah, because although Pierce Road, and in them days, you have Skull and Spangler.
Yeah, man. That's what they had the day. Spangler and Skull.
and the one who walked down Pierce Road, there was one Spangler man where, you know, so you roll up one side of your foot, your pants foot, right? And you button one button on your arrow shirt.
Button on your arrow shirt, your neck.
Yes. And you walk so close to the wall.
I tell you like you rub off the wall.
Yeah, man, that all the thread of your shirt just
Hey, are your clocks them time that I say one, you know. and I want to tell you too, back in them days, most of them man they were used to bad man, you know, in them little gang, them used to have them cufflinks, you know.
Yes, man.
But if you have your cufflinks, you know, I say nothing.
Them have all tune about them something, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but it was really a glorious time, you know.
True, man. True.
And I left there at age 13. But maybe what I should talk about here to you say is the fact that from 0 to 13, I never knew my father. And he came back while I was still living at Pierce Road. Okay. And I think that was a serious paradigm shift for me. Because I never know how to handle it. I still don't know how to handle it. And he's dead. Okay. I never bonded with him, really. I tried, but I could not. My brothers, I learned about my father through stories that my brothers and sisters would have to tell, you know, in sessions where we gathered to just talk about family business. And I learned about him that way. When he came, I didn't like him. And when he came back and I saw him, and I saw him standing up like how I stand up, the vex. Vex say,
the man at the replica, yeah, the replica.
Yes. I was mad. And him put him hand behind him like how me put my hand behind me and wriggle him finger. Me never like it. Me never like the fact say, when me look on him, me see me. Yeah. Couldn't stand it. And I don't try when me turn a man of God now and me say, well, you know, you must forgive your father. And me try, but I still couldn't bond with him. Me not hate him, but me just couldn't bond with him. And I think that kind of give me a challenge throughout my life until recently when we realized, say, hey, YAHWEH your father, you know, your real father, you know, younger pass through Mr. Bell. And then the way how YAHWEH kind of empower me, you know, and make me empower other people. We just figure, say, hey, I can't just forget what I never get from my father and try to see if I can learn it through this process and give it to some other people. And that's how I reconcile the thing, you know? Yeah, okay. But that's what Pierce Road was for me.
Bello, we're going to end this so, you know, with that experience and, you know, the whole thing of you, you know, coming on and tell us about, you know, type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
We're going to bring you back, you know, because you know why we're going to bring you back? Because we want to go in at the entertainment part of your life, you know. So we're going to reschedule for another date, maybe in February, right, Flavius?
Part 2.
In Flavius, in February, we're going to bring you back for part 2. Because you have an interesting story. And as I said, you know, most people, if them know that, some people just remember who you is when you make mention of it earlier that you were the cop in Third World Cup.
Third World
That said
Cup,
back
yeah,
up,
man.
back up, back up, you know. And that was a good movie. I love that movie too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I love that movie. A bad man police blending in as a undercover, just like a woman for a year. Or the bad man them a plan and thing like that. You know, it was good.
Yeah.
It was
It was a very
good.
good film. I'm proud of my work in that too.
Okay, your work was excellent in that, man. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe the next time we talk, I could talk about a book that I'm writing now named Journeyman.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
That will be good. That will be good. So, Flavius, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bello. And like I said, this is just the beginning. We have a continuation, or even more than one continuation. So we are very happy that you could have come and know that our listeners, are better off for it, and they know a little bit more about you and about life itself, and especially about the whole concept of diabetes and how it is being treated.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I myself think that what you're saying is exactly what needs to be done. But, we're up against it because the doctors and the top people in the business are there to keep you in prison, basically. That's what they're doing.
Yes.
They're keeping us in prison.
You know what Bello
and
did,
then
Flavius? Bello did a thing them call a leap of faith, because the same thing what Bello
Yes,
say him
yes.
do, I am doing it too, but I am not
Yeah.
diabetic. I know
Yeah.
hypertension.
Right.
And
Yeah.
during the COVID, I just come off of that and just start eat right and exercise.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yes.
So it's a
But a
leap
lot
of
of it
faith.
has
You
to
have
do
to have
with-
faith and be, as them say,
Yeah,
and
but a lot
trust
of it,
God.
Franco, a lot of it have to do with knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
what
true,
he's telling us today, a lot of people don't have that knowledge.
True.
Yes.
I mean, most things that we have, we treat the symptoms, and you can treat the symptoms forever.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not prepared to look at the root cause, or the powers that be are not allowing us to do that.
Yeah, man.
No, because them don't make money off it that way then.
Because when him say about the 6 o'clock and the 9 o'clock, sometime I'm telling you, boss.
Yeah.
You're afraid or you know, if not say 6 sometime.
That's a 5:30.
Not even 5:30. Sometimes it they say boom 1 o'clock. And you say where I go. So as we say, it's a leap of fear. You have to no, and things like that. When you look by yourself and you say, but me young. And why this happened to me? You realize that, damn, is this what them people have put me upon, Me not really need it.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
And them have it all for black people, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Have it
Oh,
all for
yeah.
black people.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
population control against us.
Yeah. I saw it during the COVID, some doctors were saying it, and who it go affect during the COVID, because people who are on them daily medication, they're going to be the first who, in line for go,
And you see this vaccine thing that them coming now, my brother, it's not there to help anybody,
No, I have to cut down pan, what them call it, from population, birth rate.
and it's going to kill a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But I'm linking COVID with AIDS, Like
Yeah.
it was a major try of the same thing, but it failed.
Yes.
Yeah, it failed.
Yes.
So them come with something which is more better thought out and more powerful or whatever.
Yes.
But to the same end,
Yes.
And I think
Everything
COVID
is
is the
planned,
same
my
end.
brother. Everything is planned.
They might get defeated,
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be
course.
defeated. They're going to be defeated because
Yeah, man.
I think the Caribbean people have a plan. And when I say I have a plan, you mention it, Bello, food and water. And that is what
Yeah,
where
man.
make
Oh,
the
yeah.
Caribbean survive as well.
Yes. Yes.
We have to be food sovereignty. We have to deal with food sovereignty.
Yes.
And the same thing goes for water,
Yes, sir.
So, Bello, we thank
Yes,
you
sir.
for taking time out of your busy schedule and, doing the podcast with us today. And we look forward for part 2. All right, my brother. So
Every time.
stay safe and be strong and one love.
Yeah, man.
Same to you.
One love.
Respect, sir.
All right.
Flavor. Bless up.
Okay.
So Flavius, with that, we come to an end of another Real Stuff podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
Another week.
Oh, yes.
Another week of
Thank God it's
podcasting.
Friday.
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah, well, I have a lot to do, but, you know.
No, I mean,
So it
like
goes.
I get a break from partying, you know?
Yeah.
Partying, as they
Yeah,
say. You're
yeah.
partying this weekend? No, I'm not partying. Yes,
Yeah.
so next week we do it all over again. We want to thank
Yeah.
our guest, Mr. Winston Bell, aka Bello, for doing the podcast with us today. We also want to thank our viewers, our listeners, those in the chat room this morning, and those who were there yesterday, because I get some, what you call it, some beat up yesterday. Some people say, boy, I mean, if not acknowledge them. So I know they're listening and they're watching today. So I'm acknowledging you, Empress. I'm acknowledging Bishop and all of you who participated yesterday and were, online today, but maybe not in the chat room. And also Courtney, the man behind the scene as well. So
Next week,
share, and subscribe. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead,
next
Flavor.
week we're going to be having, Tuesday we're going to have a gentleman from Barbados. He's a poet and entertainer, but he's also in a lot of areas. In fact, he knows some people living in the United States from the Caribbean who have not changed from when they left the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to speak to him about that. And Wednesday, we're going to have a teacher from Barbados who's going to talk to us about school in a pandemic, what is happening now, and, what is going on in that island as far as the whole school and the COVID and whatever. So that is Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right.
Thursday, Cook and Curry, we will have our one of our favorite people, Miss Pamal, but she's not coming to sing or speak about music. She's coming to do something that she does every day and she loves. She's going to show us and tell us about creating juices for yourself, healthy juices that you make for yourself and that will look after your body well. And we'll have our Portrait Corner. And then we have our Friday. I'm not sure the person who's on Friday yet. But I think we have somebody booked already, though.
Yeah, man, we have somebody for Friday. We have to look at, at the schedule,
Yes. So until Monday, of course, we have Really Current with Mr. Teddy Laidley. And he has started off the year very, very hard. So we're looking for him to continue in that same vein coming on Monday.
Yeah.
Because there's lots to talk about. Lots is happening on the current scene all over the Caribbean and the world. Although America seems to be wanting to steal the spotlight, but things are happening elsewhere also.
Also, we have Queen Lubafu to take us out then with the Garifuna, our father.
You lead us to Fula. You belong far away away. Ajuguala Lebabu Seru. Lida Mua, Lida Sungfula. Lida Mua, Lida Sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know say me if it go flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away myself. Have to take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Surely I clean where I ease. I said, yeah. I find you very hard to resist, but this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
May I feel high like a thief in the night. May I forget out of sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Show the eye a clean pair of heels. I say, been there, done that, don't need it again, yeah. I'm not a master, guess who won't play your game, yeah. To all you move, you off me way to the core. Sayonara, the hot girl gone through the door.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.